Welcome to First Take. It is Friday, and this music is going to be ringing, I feel like, for the next 2 hours.
It's Jesse Itzel's song.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse Itzel, yeah. Go ahead,
Jay
Jay
Cornette, Jay Will, Kendrick Perkins, and this dancing Stephen A. Smith over there. Good morning.
What's up, peeps? How you do this Friday morning? I hope everybody is having a very, very beautiful Friday morning. It's good to see you, Shay. It's good to see you, Jay. And I did not know that Shaft had rolled into the building. Is that leather, my brother? Is that leather, Big Perk? Is that what that is, baby? Listen. It is not an insult.
Yeah.
It is a compliment. I like the look, my brother. I mean, it's Friday.
It's a good look.
It's not, I
I'm
like,
saying, everybody can't pull it off, though. Everybody that's 16 can't pull this off.
Hold on. I'm not giving you credit.
Man.
That's the missus right there. That's the queen. That's Vanny right there. That's what that is. You did tell the truth. Tell the truth. That is not you. That is her. Is that not true?
You're right.
Oh, my goodness. Everyone's good. We're laughing. We're happy. Let's get to it. Hey, the last time. Okay, we're listening now. Now it's time to listen. Focus here. The last time the Knicks had a 2-game lead in the conference finals was 1994. And today, the reason everyone's laughing and is happy, after beating the Cavaliers 109-93 at home last night, Josh Hart led the Knicks with 26 points and 7 dimes. He was left open for much of game 1, and then in game 2, he just kept on shooting, and it paid off. But last night showed the Knicks' better team, especially in the second half. The Knicks went on an 18-0 run for about 5 minutes in the third quarter, their longest unanswered run this postseason. The run was led by Jalen Brunson, who scored or assisted on 15 of the Knicks' 18 points during that run. And so now we ask, are we more impressed by what the Knicks have been able to do through 2 games, or are you disappointed in the Cavaliers, Stephen A. Smith?
Believe it or not, for this particular morning, I'm going to tell you the disappointment with the Cavs. And the reason I say that is that their defense was horrific. I mean, I just can't put in the words. Jay, I said it last night. I appreciate you highlighting it this morning on the big board for Get Up. I just couldn't believe the amount of open shots that the New York Knicks had, the lack of rotations that they had exercised. I mean, listen, we have footage here. Look at some of these shots by Josh Hart. Where is the defender? I mean, OG Anunoby, nobody in front of him. Right there. Jalen Brunson kicks it out. Nobody in front of Mikal Bridges in the vicinity, okay? We don't even know if they were in the building. Look at this. Look at this. My God, that's just embarrassing. Look at that right there. I mean, it just makes no sense whatsoever. Look at oh Lord, and just standing around. Look at that one right there. This is what we're talking about. I mean, it was really, really hard to believe. You found yourself saying nobody within 10 feet, nobody within 13 feet, nobody within 14 feet of a defender. To juxtapose that to seeing what we're seeing in the West with the intensity defensively that both San Antonio and OKC bring to the table. Certainly the New York Knicks are a title contender. This is arguably the best team that they've had in decades. There's no doubt about it, actually. We get that part. But the flip side to it is that when this series ends and they go to the finals, because Cleveland ain't coming back from no 0-2 deficit against the Knicks the way they did against Detroit, you know that you're going to be facing a different beast. This is not it. It's a damn shame. And with every passing day, Coach Kenny Atkinson looks worse than he ever has. As a head coach in Brooklyn, as an assistant in Golden State, you're just looking at him and you're hearing some of the verbiage coming out of his mouth, fellas, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? It was just that bad, y'all. It was just that bad.
I cannot co-sign that. I think
really?
The plays that I showed on Get Up that I was trying to talk, that was intentional by Kenny Atkinson. Like they were leaving Josh Hart open for the reason, because that's what they did in game 1, and it worked out. All I'm going to say to you is I'm more impressed with the Knicks because they continue to find different ways to win, whether it's Jalen Brunson playing 1v1 ball essay or whether it's him being like John Stockton last night. Let me give you a couple of different things as it relates to the Cavs, because I heard you last night. You look fly. The suit looked good last night on SportsCenter, by the way, on your breakdown, by the way. It looked good. The Cavs this year are the Knicks from last year. Do you know 3 out of the 4 players in the top 5 with minutes per game in the playoffs are all on the Cavs team? In Evan Mobley, James Harden, and then Donovan Mitchell. 3 out of the top 4 minutes per game in the playoffs. That's what the Knicks were last year. Do you know how many Knicks players are in the top 15 in minutes played per game? Only one, Jalen Brunson, who's number 10. Okay, so it goes to show you the coaching style. Do you know that they played 16 games in the last 34 days? Now, I know people at home can say, that's not a lot, right? But that's one game every 2 days for the last 34 days.
And playoff
but
games.
Back-to-back game 7s that are do-or-die scenarios. So it's not only are they physically tired, but they have decision fatigue, right? Psychologically, they gave up a 22-point lead, KP, a 22-point lead in New York. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, with the style in which they play, with how intentional they were about leaving Josh Hart open because they were playing off him with Jared Allen or Evan Mobley to sit in the gaps and trying to make life more difficult for the likes of Jalen Brunson. To me, I'm just way more impressed with the Knicks because I understand they found their rhythm quicker. And to me, I just think we're watching a team running out of gas physically and mentally.
Jay Will, you got more excuses for the Cavs than a brother going to jail. Real talk, bro. I don't want to hear about mental and physically being fatigued when you're trying to make a championship run. Mm-hmm. That don't even come into the equation. Now I'm starting to question their mental toughness. And when you talk about when we're watching the Cavs, real talk, it's an embarrassment to the NBA. And if I'm Adam Silver, I would think about finding them for the performance and the effort that they're displaying on the floor. It is horrible. I know the game plan is to say, hey, we're going to leave Josh Hart. We're going to double team big body Brunson. We're going to make others beat us. But it's a difference, Jay Will. Look up when I'm speaking to you. It's a difference of making someone miss with a contest or hoping that they miss. Mm-hmm. You have to contest shots. They gave up transition defense. I've never, so many times last night, I've never seen Jalen Brunson look like the most athletic player on the damn floor. How many times was he beating the Cavs up the floor last night, pushing the rock? Jalen Brunson. And I'm not knocking big body Brunson. I'm just saying we don't look at him as a player that plays with pace. And when I think about the Cavs and I'm watching the Cavs, I look at a team that said, you know what? We've reached our goal. Our goal was to reach the conference finals. That's their goal. Because they're not a they're not a team that's trying to go get it and win a championship. If we got to come in on back-to-back games and highlight defensive effort, second effort plays, not going for 50-50 balls, what are we talking about?
Hold on, KP.
What?
I don't make excuses for nobody. They didn't just win back-to-back game 7s?
So, Jay, I was in. Hold on, time out.
I'm just saying. So now we're saying they're an embarrassment to the league.
Right now, what they're doing.
So styles don't make fights, KP?
Well, right now, what they're doing.
So when you go with Karl Anthony Towns at the 5, I'm not sitting up here saying the lack of hustle at times isn't the challenge.
You just did. Yes, you did. Because Stephen A. just highlighted in the film how wide open those shots were and how guys wasn't
That's the game plan.
Hold on.
Well, hold on.
Just one second.
The game plan.
Jay, only thing I want to say is this, and then I go back to Big Perk. Josh Hart, you said Josh Hart was. We showed 4 different dudes with wide open shots.
They were all Josh Hart.
No, they wasn't. It started off with OG Anunoby at the time.
That was in a swing. That was in a poor rotation.
No. Even if it's a poor...
Run back the clips while KP's talking. No, it's okay. Run back the clips while KP's. They can do a side-by-side.
Even if it's poor rotation, it's still supposed to be a second effort to get a damn hand up. Even right here.
That's on a rotation. That's on a rotation.
So what?
Time out.
What?
KP, you know basketball. Time out. KP, you know ball. When you're playing with 2 bigs and you're playing 5 out with Karl Anthony Towns and you have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley rotating multiple times, The game plan, they are not used to playing on the perimeter guarding three-point shots. That works out to the Knicks' favor.
Evan Mobley just won Defensive Player of the Year 2 years
guarding
ago.
the perimeter?
No, because he's known for being a versatile defender.
Yeah.
You knew the game plan.
Time out.
Hold on, no.
Time out. Guarding, a versatile defender guarding pick and roll.
Hold on.
Hold on, Stephen. Now I got you. Guarding pick and roll, not in rotations, Perk.
What you mean?
Perk, I love you.
I was in rotations.
Perk.
I was in rotations. I guarantee you, if you go pull up film, I had to get my big ass from out the paint to make an effort at times to go contest a shot, Jay Will.
KP.
When you're trying to win.
Were you playing with two bigs?
Yes, me and KG. What are you talking about?
KG.
No,